What's up, family? Today, what is today? Oh, shit. Today, October the 4th? No, the 5th. October 5th, 2023. Today, I want to speak a little bit on mastering the teachings. Wait a minute. I'll make sure my shit is right. Yeah, day the 5th. Mastering the teachings. When I was young, I was taught early, you're black. What comes with being black in this particular country, now remember, I'm a boy. You're going to get a lot of hate down the road towards your skin color. You know, when you're young, you don't understand these things. But as I got older, then I understood. Yep. But in the teachings, always understand self-respect. Always carry yourself in a certain way, and always, the ultimate currency is never disrespect yourself and always have self-respect. To this day, I done made some mistakes, come on now, I'm an old guy. So I done made some mistakes, but I never disrespect myself. And I always have love for myself, because when you know who you are, a lot of shit that comes around, name calling, this and that, you don't let that shit bother you. I was young one time, I was working a job, and a guy called me nigga. First time in my life, really. That another group had called me nigga. He was a white guy. I was working in La Palma. He called me nigga, but he was riding a bike. And while he was calling me nigga, he was riding that bike. Because I was working this site. I was on the site, and he was riding his bike. He was supposed to be meeting some guys for lunch. But while he was calling me out my name, he was on that bike. Never got off that bike. He didn't meet his friend. Friend met him someplace else. And I told his friend, says, man, you can tell your friend next time, don't ever come and disrespect me. I'm doing a job. He riding a bike, and I'm supposed to ride bikes on his site. And he up there, and he called me out my name. He says, man, I'm going to speak to him. I said, I appreciate it if you do. I said, the next time, man, there's no next time. Because you let people know, I don't give a fuck how old you are, how big they may be, or what area, it may not be your area. You got to always have respect for yourself. And out of respect, I went to his friend, and I told his friend, you tell your friend, don't ever do that shit again, because there's not a next time. And I never had that problem again. I was like, wow, it was kind of fine. Then I ended up calling, I called my supervisor. I said, man, the dude called me nigga on the site. I'm like, wow, we laughed about it, because to me, it was like kind of funny. I know who I am. But I'm also going to still, even though I know who I am, don't ever do that shit and disrespect me. See, this came from the teachings of knowing who you are, self-respect. When you have self-respect, you give respect. A lot of times people are too busy looking for this. They've lost all self-respect. That's why they'll do anything for money, whether it be men, whether it be women. Not all, of course, but self-respect. I got this from a young boy. I'm a black man. And there's going to be consequences growing up. See, people who go around and disrespect you, put laws in the book. 3/5 of a human being. It's not black folks, 3/5 of a human being. 3/5 of a human being is still more than 100% of the motherfuckers who put the laws out against us. See, you may not have the money, the so-called wealth, but once you have your self-respect, knowing who you are, that shit don't bother you, because it always will out-trump the negativity that people place on you. But when you, hey man, that's why, like I said, I went to the guy's friend and told him that shit can't happen again. Because when you put your head down, you bow down, you're afraid to look a motherfucker in his eye. It's like, man, that says a lot about people. You scared. What you scared of? You know, as a man, you got to stand up for yourself. You got to have respect for yourself. But then again, you ain't supposed to just let any old body walk over you just because people call you at the name. Man, that's why, like, sometimes it's like it's best just to say, man, fuck that shit. Move on, go about your business. Ain't no need to sit back and go back and argue. What the fuck are you going to argue for? When you know who you are, why am I going to argue with you? I had a situation a couple of years ago. I was in a social media app, and I didn't hear it, but I was in a room with about 10 sisters, and we was talking. They heard it. They said, because I had came into a room, and I didn't like what was said, and, you know, I said, you know, this is bullshit. And the room is bullshit. That's what I said. Now, apparently, the person who started the room apparently didn't like it. That's fine. You know, it's your business. You got every right. But you don't come into a room that you see me in, and you come up there and say some silly shit. You don't even stick around. You just say your little piece. It wasn't really peace. You talk about, you know, you gonna do something to me. And like I said, I was already talking, so I didn't really hear. But the sister said, so and so popped in the room and he said they're gonna do this to you. I'm like, what the fuck? So what I did was, I went, talked to some people. Within 30 minutes. We had all this. We had it. Now he didn't even live in the same state as me. We had all his information on the app. When you know fucking people, you don't fuck with people you don't know. You don't do shit and think it's cool. Because, like I say, we had all his information. I could have somebody at that nigga door knocking on his door. Because I got people in that state too. I could have somebody knocking at that nigga door. He just don't know. He very lucky. He just don't know. That's why you don't fuck around and disrespect people you don't know. People, well, how could you do that? Well, you don't need to know how I do that. It's people that you know. Everything is not for social fucking media's business. It's just not. These are stories. You know, never disrespect yourself. Just don't let people disrespect you either. Best thing, sometimes just walk away. Don't need to get into no scraps with nobody. Because black people are going to always be disrespected, no matter what. You see, they try to hide everything about black people. Take it out of the schools. Take your black history out. Take this, take that. They try to embarrass you by making you, putting laws out, call you 3/5 of a man. They try to do all of this shit. But when you stand tall, you just take it for what it is. See, I walk through the shadows of darkness. Why? I fear no fucking evil. I fear no evil. And I'll be damned if I let somebody try to scare me. Got to get out of that being scared. Black folks been scared. And it's like, what you scared of? Being told you black. Why would I wish to be something else? This ain't close your eyes. This ain't back in the 70s where there was a movie called The Water. I think Godfrey Cambridge. I think he played the Watermelon Man. He played in Cotton Comes to Harlem and movies like that, where he was a black man, but one day he went to bed and he woke up and he was white. It's called The Watermelon Man. This ain't a movie. This is real life. I'm black. Even if I was an albino, as white as snow, I still would be black. Because black folks can make albinos. Love who you are. Love yourself. And don't worry about what everybody else say. But you're being swayed the other way because all you want is money. You think money solves all your issues. It don't. It don't. You'll find more issues the more money you get. What was the problem Biggie Small put out? More money, more problems? More money, more problems. More roaches coming out the cabinet to steal what you got. Know yourself. Love yourself. Master the teachings of who you really are. When you get this as a boy, as a man, shit, you become the master of it. When you get it late, try to master it and help others master it themselves. Peace out.